Is there any new superpower other than America that can raise its head and structure the new world order? Today, in this video, we are going to talk about the 4 countries that qualify to become superpowers of the new world order. These are the countries that have strategies like America itself, and this is the very reason why they seem to dominate as well. But what makes a country a superpower? And what are those 4 countries which can be the new superpowers? This is what we will uncover in the video. But before we continue, here's a reminder to subscribe to our channel to watch more videos about geopolitics and the economy. Let's get started. There have always been countries that either had economical independence or defensible geography. Some countries had exceptionally powerful ties with other potentially strong countries, while others had massive natural resources. But most of these countries didn't have all of these factors at once. But now, things have changed. We have earlier seen that America has been dominating the world and shaping the future trends for other countries. One of the reasons why it appeared as a superpower and continued to be so is it had all the above-mentioned factors. But with time, the world changes. The countries with vulnerable geography have got a robust defense mechanism. The countries with weak strategic ties have moved forward and become parts of blocs to ensure their survival, while the countries with natural resources have used their ties to invite the neighboring countries and help them get those valuable resources out of the land. What did all this change? The answer is, it changed how the world worked. Among all the imperceptible and sometimes pernicious changes, the rise of new superpowers is an inevitable one. But what makes a country a superpower? This we will talk about later on in the video, but first, you need to know this. For more than 70 years, countries around the world have, more or less, followed America and its policies of globalization. In other words, countries considered being dependent on imports of food and energy a norm in modern times. This, in turn, wasn't a mistake since the post-World War II situation promulgated that no war is possible in the future. Therefore, countries depended heavily on imports to even feed their population on a daily basis. Some countries just couldn't have the energy to run their vast network of industries and factories due to their geography. As a result, they had no other option than to establish ties with countries that could offer energy. However, this also created uncertainty, the apprehensions that horrified some countries. What if the country supplying energy cuts off the supply at all? The recipient country's economy will collapse, especially if the country is industrialized. This globalization, therefore, paved the way toward interdependence, injecting a small but painful terror as well. Thus, it limited countries imperceptibly from becoming superpowers. Whether this was done on purpose or not is a different debate. So what did interdependence really do? It strategically and systematically restrained the countries from becoming potential superpowers. Now let's come back to what makes a superpower. Any country that has defensible geography and economic means to sustain itself and feed its population and has energy for industries qualifies to be a superpower. Moreover, after seeing the changing world order, we have to add the invaluable quality of establishing ties with other small countries to the criteria as well. Yet another inevitable factor that a superpower has is the audacity to make countries dependent on it. Whether it sounds morally good or not, this quality gives extra muscles to a superpower to influence other countries and to put sanctions. Now comes the most profound question. What are those 4 new superpowers? The first country is France. Now, why France can be the new superpower is due to the reason that it walks in the footprints of America. Until now, we have known quite a few superpowers. Hence, if a country follows American strategies, it automatically gets itself on the way to becoming a superpower. According to the IMF and World Bank, a country is called a superpower if it's financially stable even during the most delicate times, and hence it has the capacity to support other countries that are in need. France qualifies under this criterion since it's a part of the European Union. However, a decisive strategy that France had is it didn't invest its economy in the European Union. The European Union was created by the European countries to achieve predestined strategic goals. If the European Union by any means falls, it won't affect France at all because its economy is safe and isn't involved in the Union. This is what America did when it created a new world order by injecting globalization. However, it never really invested its own capital in the system to avoid any losses if the world order collapsed. Furthermore, France has an efficient system of energy since it has several oil-producing countries near it. Plus, it has a strong relationship with all the countries that do matter and whose friendship means mutual benefits. It even has an independent and powerful military that can project its powers and defend its territories. This is all a country needs to be a superpower. The second country is Turkey. It's the only country that is most powerful in its region and has the influence to create its own empire if America vanishes from the spot. Turkey has Iran, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and several oil-rich Arabian countries on its side. The reason for that is the former Ottoman Empire that ruled over these countries and had extensive influence on them. Today, Turkey has plans to expand and claim these territories not by invasion, but by forming ties and by creating a greater empire once again. Little by little, Turkey has made this possibility practically feasible, and within a few years, this can be achieved systematically as well. If Turkey creates an empire-like organization with these countries, it will no doubt be a potent superpower. The third new superpower is Japan. It was the country that was leveled to the ground in World War II by America. But then it rose to reach the heights of economical independence and sustaining itself. Today, Japan has the world's second most powerful navy and an extensive defensive network. If America takes a step back from Southeast Asia, Japan will succeed America and claim the markets within its reach. Also, from the resource point of view, the Japanese Navy would have more countries in its reach that are full of natural resources but don't have the means to bring them out. However, unlike China, Japan has extraordinary modern technologies to back up these countries. As a result, the recipient of Japanese help and technologies has to accept Japan in its territories. This will bring a remarkable benefit for a country like Japan, which is almost separated from the world, since it's an island country. Therefore, if anytime soon America thinks about leaving Southeast Asia marketplaces, it will be Japan succeeding it. This is the very reason why some of the early economists and analysts had called the 21st century the Asian century. And within Asia, Japan is rising and is presently called the Asian tiger. If America recedes, Japan will jump in and seize the opportunity to be the next superpower in the region. The fourth potential superpower is Argentina. This is the second largest country in Latin America, coming after Brazil, and the one having a wide, unclaimed ocean within its reach. In the past, Argentina has seen some of the gravest economic plunges. However, now it has passed the era where an economic collapse could occur and drag the country down to the ground. This means they are economically stable. Then comes the security, defense, and threat perception. Being in the extreme south of Latin America, Argentina has almost no threat or threat perception at all. Being at the edge, most of its vast border is in direct contact with the South Atlantic Ocean. This is of great importance for Argentina. The South Atlantic Ocean is where no other marine power has reached to claim authority. On the South Pacific Ocean side, Argentina has been buffered by Chile, which vanishes all threat perceptions. And after considering its internal geography, Argentina has become a country that really qualifies to be a superpower. No matter what happens to the rest of the world, its relation with all other Latin American countries and a natural buffer against any threat make it a potential superpower. Countries like Russia, Germany, Brazil, China, and many more have been influencing the world order. They have been enjoying their control of global finance, global trade, global economy, and global energy for a long time, but now that time is over. These four are the only countries that are the potential superpowers of the future. Besides them, there is no one. Did you know that these countries could have the muscle to be superpowers? What if these new superpowers become as powerful as America? Will it transform the world order and even its peace? Comment your opinion in the comment section right below. And if you want to watch more ingenious videos about the elements shaping the future of the world, make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you loved the video, do give it a thumbs up. Until the next video, stay tuned.